맞아. Go show her. It's okay. Baby, turn around. Baby, turn around. Shh. Hello. Minus one.
Good evening, everyone. Our names are Sam and Gallier. We are the 8th graders who are part of the Avid family. We are very glad to welcome all families to the 24 through 25 Avid Award Night.
？During my Avid experience, I made friends, visited college campuses, and did other great things that I might not have had an opportunity to do in other basic classes. Avid will open you up to new things you might have thought you couldn't do. I want to thank my Avid teacher and my peers for helping me through my first year of Avid.
During my Avid experience, I got to open my eyes to more opportunities for my future. My Avid family and I toured colleges, spent time learning about high school and what careers that suits us the most. Avid is like no other class I have taken. I'm so glad I took Avid as soon as I could. I thank my 7th and 8th grade Avid teachers, as well as my family, in Avid.
We want to thank everyone for coming tonight and supporting our Avid family.
At this time, please stand for the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous
At this time, we would like to welcome our Avid principal, Mrs. Stoke.
It was such a mistake.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Justine Skog, and I'm very proud to serve as Avid's administrator at Edison. Welcome to Avid Award Night at Edison. This is a special night that I personally look forward to each year. I would like to thank some amazing teachers and adults that support all of these incredible students. Thank you to our Avid teachers, Ms. Navarro, Ms. Rue, and Mr. Van Dam, and a special thank you to our Avid coordinator, Ms. Snyder in the back. Most of all, I would like to thank all of the parents, guardians, and family members that are here that works on students' academics, organization, time management, and inquiry, and you may hear some of that tonight. However, what you will hear the most are the friendships they have created, the people they have met, the family they have gained, and the perseverance they've acquired. We all know what we need to succeed in school. We need to be able to pass our classes, manage our time, and learn how to study. However, what these students have gained in Avid goes beyond that. They have learned what it takes to not only succeed in school, but in life. They have learned how to ask questions, create relationships, keep going when things get tough, and challenge themselves. You are all sitting here today because you understand that the productive struggle that you have had is what has strengthened your academic success. Your parents have you in Avid because they also understand this. I can speak on behalf of all of Edison when I say how proud I am of all of these students. I know that you have started to learn the skills that can carry you to high school and beyond, but I can guarantee that you have become a better person in the process. To our 8th graders, we wish you luck, and we are looking forward to what you do with your next chapter. And to our 7th graders, we are grateful we get another year with you to deepen that knowledge and create those relationships. Okay, and now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Ms. Kelly Leone.
Hello, students, families, and staff. Buenas tardes a todos. I am thrilled to have been invited to speak this evening and want to thank the Edison Avid teachers for the opportunity. As you just heard, my name is Kelly Leone, and I'm an assistant professor of education at UW Green Bay. I want to imagine that the teachers invited me to speak because they believed I might have something to say about higher education. In fact, I do teach university students in their very first semester in college, and I also teach students who are finishing up their degrees and are about to graduate. So I do think I know a little something about what it takes to succeed in college and ultimately to earn that bachelor's degree. What the teachers couldn't have realized when they asked me to speak is that I'm actually a former high school Avid teacher and coordinator. In fact, I began my career in education teaching bilingual history and geography and Avid at a school right on the California-Mexico border. Where all of the students at the school, virtually all of them, were potential first-generation college students. This meant that if they succeeded in high school, if they applied and were accepted to a four-year university, and if they ultimately enrolled in that university, they were the very first in their families to do so. Some of my students internalized the idea that going to the university was not just an individual pursuit, but an endeavor which was built on the dreams and the sacrifices of their families and their communities. This served as motivation and encouragement to many. For other students, though, this reality became a pressure, and they sometimes felt overwhelmed by the hopes and desires of those around them. So as I watched how these potential first-generation college students navigated high school, I became deeply interested in what young people had to do to finish school, apply to a university, be admitted, be prepared, and ultimately take the final step and attend. In fact, I became so interested in this that it became the focus of my master's thesis. Fortunately for everyone here, I will not be boring you with the details of that thesis. I do, though, want to focus on what the research tells us about how young people can improve their chances at being admitted to and prepared for a four-year university. So students, this next part is really for you. As you move on in middle school, and as some of you begin high school, I want to share 4 specific things that I think you could do to maximize your chances of being accepted to universities when you graduate. The first is to prepare yourself academically. This is probably not very surprising, but how do you do this? For starters, you need to take rigorous courses, right? And when you get to high school, those are things like AP or IB or honors or dual credit courses. Academic intensity in high school is one of the strongest predictors of college success, and that's especially true for first-generation college students. So that doesn't mean you have to take the most advanced level of everything. But it does mean you should push yourself in areas that you excel at or areas that are of interest to you. The second thing, of course, is you need to maintain a strong GPA. A higher high school GPA correlates with more university options and better outcomes, meaning students with higher GPAs are more likely to be prepared for college and they're more likely to graduate. So the second thing you can do is to start planning for college now. So in what ways? Well, you need to know the classes that you need to take in high school to be able to apply to a university. You can start learning about the differences between liberal arts colleges, public University of Wisconsin schools, private universities, and out-of-state schools. Learn what each of these types of universities looks for in their applicants. Start learning about financial aid. You might think that maybe your family's economic situation will prevent you from attending a four-year university. But what many of my students found out is that there's actually a lot more in terms of opportunities in loans, grants, and scholarships than people realize. You can also look at college essay prompts and start thinking about the story that you want to tell to universities and scholarship donors. So some of you might be thinking, how are you supposed to learn about all of this? And on that note, I have some bad news and some good news. The bad news is that research does show that potential first-generation college students sometimes lack access to effective college guidance. The good news, students who participate in programs like Avid or other college guidance programs see better outcomes in both college acceptance and college success. So if you're nervous about navigating all the ins and outs of how to get to the university, one of the best things that you can do is to stay in Avid. And perhaps find another college guidance program somewhere out in the community. Okay, so the third thing you can do to improve your chances of being admitted to colleges is to get involved in extracurricular and leadership opportunities. Universities want to see that you're doing more than just going to school. The good news is that they're pretty great about taking into consideration all kinds of extracurricular pursuits. Maybe you start a club in 8th grade, and you continue that club into high school and you stay involved all 4 years. Maybe you play sports, or perhaps you hold a leadership role in a community organization. Universities and scholarships love students who get involved in their community. Think about what interests you and reach out to an organization that does this work. Now, I remember some of my students struggled to do more than just school because they had to work to help out their families, or because they had to take care of their younger siblings because their parents were at work. Universities take these things into consideration also, and writing about and reflecting on these things can help you when you apply to colleges and when you apply to those scholarships. So the final thing, which improves your chances of being admitted to a four-year university, may actually be the most important, and that is to find and build a support network. Now, many of you here tonight will feel supported, energized, and encouraged by your families. Some of you may need to find others to bring into your support network. These could be community mentors, teachers, or even peers. The trick is to surround yourself with a group of people who will help you develop a college-going identity and a belief that this is possible and that it's possible for you. I think it's worth noting that all of us who went to college, we did so with the help of others. Those who inspired and motivated and taught me about college might be different from those who play this role for you. What is important is recognizing that we all need this support network. So on that note, I do want to end by briefly mentioning the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay. Of course, I hope that many of you will consider coming to GB when you graduate. It's a great university for all sorts of majors, and we have really robust systems of support. However, I want to encourage all of you to also look beyond GB. You should set the goal of applying to and being admitted to multiple universities. As incoming 8th and 9th graders, you should be focused on creating options for your 18-year-old self. If you are successful at the 4 things I've discussed, preparing yourself academically, starting to plan and learn about college, getting involved in extracurriculars and leadership, and finally building that support network, I think you will find that at 18, you won't be worried about whether or not you're going to a university, but instead can focus on where. Create options for yourselves, and in the meantime, I congratulate all of you for your accomplishments this year and wish you all a very happy summer.
Hello, my name is Peter Navarro. Avid has helped me in school by organizing me, making me a better version of myself, and making me step closer to my career. That's because Avid has taught me how to persevere and adapt in challenging situations. It also has helped me find out what I truly love doing and would like to do as a career. I'd like to introduce you to someone very special, my favorite teacher, Mrs. Snyder. Mrs. Snyder was actually my 6th grade math teacher. Mrs. Snyder helped me throughout the school year by making sure I had no missing work and checking on me. For me, Mrs. Snyder was like a best friend. She's very special to me because she will never leave my side. She knows almost everything about me. One thing that I will take into next year or high school will be setting goals and focusing on my dream career. In conclusion, Mrs. Snyder is not just a teacher, but a mentor who inspires us every day. Thank you.
Hello. I get the opportunity to recognize all of our outstanding student achievements. These are students who are participating in things outside of school, events, programs, organizations. And so students, for this particular recognition, I'd like you to just stand at your seat. If you see your name on the slide or your picture, please just stand at your seat. We're going to hold all applause till the end, and then we'll recognize you all at once. All right? So the first one we want to recognize is our winners of the Martin Luther King Student Award. This is an essay and poster contest, and we have Isabella and Giselle. So if you guys could stand up at your spot, please. It's okay, there's going to be more people joining you, all right? All right, the next one I would like to recognize are our teacher award winners along with that MLK contest. And that is our very own Miss Navarro and Miss Rue. So they are obviously up here. So they get recognized as well because of the students that put their recognitions into the project. It's a very, very well-known thing we've done at Edison, and our students continue to contribute to that. So thank you to them. Next up, we have our Max Scholars. So students who participated in the Max Scholars after school program, please stand. I see lots of names, so there should be lots of people standing up here. All right, thank you. There they are. Feel free to look around, and then we'll save those applause. All right, so next up is something new we had at Edison this year, and that was the Student of the Month. So we had several students that were recognized by teachers throughout the school year for showing a variety of leadership characteristics, as you can see up here. So if you are one of those students, please stand up. All right. Next, we have students who are leveling out of ESL. What that means is they passed the access test that measures their English proficiency. This is a difficult test, so we really want to acknowledge those students as well who work very hard to do that. And then we have two more, so stay standing. All right, the next one we have is National Junior Honor Society. Lots of our students here in Avid also participate within the National Junior Honor Society. I know that was celebrated a few weeks ago. And lastly, we have several students who are also part of the College Ready program here as well. So if your name is up there, let's go ahead and stand up. And if your name was mentioned at any point, please make sure you are standing. Take a look around and let's give them a huge round of applause. Fantastic. Thank you, students, and thank you to everybody, especially their guardians and parents at home who support them in doing those things. I know a lot of those things require a lot of extra time. So that really shows the dedication in becoming college career community ready. At this time, I would like to invite all 7th grade Avid students to join me in the hallway to line up with exception of our next speakers. So all 7th grade Avid students, you may stand up. You may go out the back and around, or you can go through these doors. And then I'm going to welcome Gavin, Archer, and Alexis to the stage.
Stand up.
Don't stand
Look there.
He touched my mouth. No! I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you, babe.
Hello, my name is Gavin, Archer, and this is Alexis. Avid helped me in school by learning how to work right or wrong. Avid has helped me in school by keeping myself organized and my stuff. Avid has helped me for my future because it has helped me find what career job matches me.
And now I'm going to speak to my teacher, Miss Rue. When I started this year in Avid, Mrs. Rue helped me with everything possible to start in 7th grade, so I didn't struggle. Miss Rue is a very special teacher because she is a nice teacher and cares about you and your grades. She has just helped me in general with people or troubles I've had throughout the school year. She has also helped me get over my fear of talking in front of people or in big crowds.
One thing that will help me that I will take for next year in high school is always being organized and being helpful.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emily. Avid has helped me in school by challenging me to try new things and look forward to my future. It has also given me a lifelong advantage. It helped me keep my grades steady, and it also gives me support about which career I'd like to pursue. I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Van Dam. Mr. Van Dam is an ELA teacher here at Edison. He is also an Avid teacher. He's had an impact on all of his students, including me. In just a short period of time, how to persevere through my challenges and show hard work and determination in everything I do. One of my favorite memories from being a student is getting the service with him. Thank you.
That's so fun. Thank you, Emily. And my recruiter for those excellent introductions. Thank you so much. So, I think me and Mr. Van Dam can both say that it was a fantastic 7th grade year that ended extremely well. If you didn't see the video, my kids got to silly string Mr. Van Dam at the end, which if you ask any of our kids, TRFs are cool and Socratic seminars are fine, but silly stringing Mr. Van Dam, top of the list, top of the list. So, you have your answer.
I forgot my class was first year. Alright, so we are going to start by acknowledging the completion of their first year of Avid with our 7th graders. So we're going to start with my class. First, Serenity. Andrew.
My love.
Ben. Miguel. Leon. Danya. Arabella. Kevin. Eli, Delilah, Bryce, Nolan, Caleb, Carly, and Sophie.
All right. Now time for the Root Crew. My two classes, Raphael, Joey, Damien, Paloma, Alexis, Andy, Archer, C. Cloudy, Gavin, Ashlyn, Gianna, Felicity, Lalina, Liam, Presley, Ethan, Daniel, Jimena, Devin, Jaden, Haley, Brittany, Julemi, Edgar, Andrea, Emily, Sid, Mackenzie, Amy, Gavin, Braden, Donovan, and Ichiro. Now my Navarro crew. Edie's, Emily, Gio, Edo, Jimena, Jaquita, Jaideline, Nicole, and Alice.
Stop.
Alright, here's where it gets a little tricky. First off, let's do a round of applause for all of our 7th grade. Alright, here's where it gets a little tricky. Students, we are now going to award those of you with high honors and distinguished high honors, and honors and distinguished high honors. So what does that mean? If you are in high honors or distinguished high honors, you have had all A's for either one or all years, 1 or 2 semesters. Honors and distinguished honors is A's and B's for semester 1 or for all year. If you hear your name, please come over here to the podium and grab your certificate. Mackenzie Sperry. Gavin W. Nelson,
Yay, boo!
Bryce Meyer,
Naku, hello.
Pedro Yang, Donovan Yang,
Pooping.
Devin Harper,
Pooping.
Liam Bosel, Presley Ashenbrenner,
Zombie.
Lalina Yang,
Yay.
Nolan Millis,
Great.
Gavin W.
Look at that love.
Some students are listed twice because they won multiple awards. Mackenzie Sperry, Gianna Zong, Andy Morelos, Bob Luna,
Dirty safety there.
Joey Collins, Gavin Smith, Ethan Ford, Haley Harvey, and Maggie Huber. All 8th graders at this time, before we give one round of final applause, 8th graders, please head on out to the hallway. While they leave, please give one more round of applause for our 2nd grade. Second grade, we will head down the stairs.
Naku, naka. So tall. Next time you're not coming.
How did we get that? When did we get that? I want it. What?
Move your head, my love.
You had your own.